All right, folks, this is beyond parody. We now have pictures of Trump's toilet with the flushed documents. It's beyond belief. You might remember that during his presidency, Donald Trump was obsessed with toilets. The only president I can remember this fixated on what we call the third element of the bathroom. Remember this viral moment with Trump and toilets?
We have a situation where we're looking very strongly at sinks and showers.
Right.
And other elements of bathrooms where you turn the faucet on in areas where there's tremendous amounts of water, where the water rushes out to sea because
everywhere.
You could never handle it. And you don't get any water. You turn on the faucet, you don't get any water.
Mm-hmm.
They take a shower and water comes dripping out. It's dripping out very quietly.
Quietly, quiet water. That's not that you're not getting the water pressure you need there.
Out. People are flushing toilets 10 times, 15 times, as opposed to once.
Yeah, and when this was so bizarre, and then we learned that Donald Trump would regularly flush documents down the toilet in direct contravention to the Presidential Records Act. He would just flush them. And then I realized this is why Trump was so concerned with the third element of the bathroom. Well, Trump denied that he was doing that. And now we have the pictures. Exclusive. This is the first time on this program I have ever brought to you pictures of a toilet. But here are pictures that Axios was able to obtain. And you see a piece of paper in the toilet. It says Rogers. It says Stefanik. Elise Stefanik is a Republican congresswoman. We have it. And Axios reports, remember our toilet scoop earlier this year? Maggie Haberman's forthcoming book about Trump will report that the White House staff periodically found wads of paper clogging a toilet and believed Trump was the flusher. It turns out there are photos published for the first time. Haberman obtained the photos recently, shared them with Axios ahead of the release of her book. A Trump White House source tells her the photo on the left shows a commode in the White House. The photo on the right is from an overseas trip. Folks, Trump was using foreign plumbing to dispose of these massive dumps of notes. This is an unbelievable situation. It is 2022, and we now have toilet pictures proving that Donald Trump was indeed flushing notes down the toilet, maybe explaining why he was so displeased with the suction level of the toilets at the White House. I don't know, guy. I think I might have to retire. I genuinely don't. What is the point of me continuing to do the show after a story like this? But this is where we are. And as usual, the narrative continues to be story comes out. Trump denies it. Then there are pictures. Then there's a phone call. Then there's proof that goes above and beyond. I feel it only diminishes the story if I say more. It sort of needs to be a presented without further comment type of thing. So I will leave it there. If you want to see the proof, make sure you're following us on Instagram at David Pakman Show. One of our sponsors is ZBiotics, a probiotic drink that breaks down the byproduct of alcohol, which is most responsible for some of those rough mornings. If you drink a small bottle of ZBiotics before your first drink of alcohol, and then drink responsibly, guys, please. Get a good night's sleep. You can enjoy the next day feeling refreshed and ready to make the most of it. Sam Cedar swears by it. Here's how it works. When you drink, a toxic byproduct of alcohol builds up in your unprepared gut. This byproduct causes you to feel terrible the day after drinking. ZBiotics produces an enzyme like the one your liver uses to break down the byproduct, and ZBiotics is FDA compliant for safety. This is a product for responsible adults who have just a few drinks, but they have plans tomorrow. They want to feel their best. We all want to feel our best. If ZBiotics doesn't work for you, you get your money back, guys. It's that simple. Go to zbiotics.com/Pakman and use the code Pakman for 15% off your first order. The link is down below.